All right. So for the second problem I did was the Gumball inheritance problem. This one centered primarily around making a subclass out of a superclass file. This, and of course, being our typical critters problem. So the superclass we're taking from is critters, which a critter which takes from the critterbot. I think it's critterbot file, which has just an entire list of all of the different sorts of methods you can use to modify the behavior of a critter in a simulation. So we first start out this public class by establishing three key integers. One of them being direction, which denotes the actual direction of the movements of the critter, which is elaborated on in the get move section. Then we have direction count, which is important for this specific critter, since it's supposed to be chasing its tail around in increasing increments. So it goes from like 1, 2, so it goes north 1, and then 2 west, and then 3 south, and then 4 east, and so on and so on, until it actually fights another creature. Another critter. And then the third int is move cap, which is directly related to direction count in the way that I solved this problem. So the second thing we do is create the constructor of public gumball and establish all the integers as 0, just like make sure that everything's reset before we actually proceed to the get move section. So in this method, we establish a direction called dir, and we put it at direction.center. So essentially we're saying that direction.center is the, getting ahead of myself. And then we add direction count plus plus. So whenever this method is run through, direction count will increase by 1. After these two things are established, once this method is executed, this if statement occurs. So if move cap is less than or equal to direction count, then direction count will equal 0, and the move cap will increase by 1. Basically what this is saying is that as soon as move cap is either equal to or greater than direction count will be reset to 0, and move cap will increase by 1. And this is allowing us to do the increment of 1s, of basically once this critter goes 1 north, then it'll go 2 west, and then it'll go 3 south. This is like a very core part of that entire behavior. After that, we have if the direction ever equals 4, which is elaborated on in this section right here, which we'll get to, then direction will be reset to 0. So when the next time that this method is executed, the direction will increase by 1, which is right here. That was an old iteration. Once this direction is reset to 0, then direction plus plus occurs, which means that it increases to 1, which means it's reset to direction north, which is right here. So this whole if else statement, statement, basically matches like north, west, south, east to their corresponding direction integers. So direction.north is equal to 1. So whenever direction equals 1, then the actual direction of the critter will go north, and 2 for west, 3 for south, and 4 for east. And at the end of it all, it returns the actual dir, which will dictate which way the critter will actually move. So each step is one whole iteration of this method, so it's only ever reset if the move cap is equal to direction count, or is greater than direction count, which basically then resets it so that it goes to a new direction, but resets the count and adds 1. So it'll be 3 the next time, then 4 the next time. After that, we have a unique attack fight method, where we have to, so whenever this method is triggered, which is whenever it enters a fight with another critter, then the entire movement system is reset. So basically all that means is that we reset all of these integers into 0 and start from the beginning of the next get move after the fight is over. After that, then we have a new if-else statement where if the opponent is ever an ant, then it roars, and otherwise it will scratch. This was laid out in the prompt for this gumball. And The ensuing methods were just things that I used to be able to actually troubleshoot this critter when I was putting it into a simulation. So these aren't actually a part of the prompt or the specifications. It was just used for my own ease. Um, but to actually like demonstrate that the gumball works, I used the old assessment 8 um, file, since it has other critters that you can use. I personally prefer just using Gumball and Ant, since those are the easiest. But after we test, we see that they all move in the same direction in increasing increments. And whenever they fight an ant, they reset the entire reset their movement behavior. For this, honestly, for this, this wasn't a terrible. This specific problem wasn't a terrible difficulty for me personally. The hardest thing was simply making sure that the direction, move cap, and direction count numbers stayed the same, and like weren't actually messed up in the process of trying to reset it every single time. But other than that, I actually really enjoyed this. This was very familiar to me, and I actually had a very good understanding of what to do throughout all of this. But yeah, thank you.